Hello, intimate alien. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it is good to see you. It is. I like what you have in your room.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I made a pop-up sign for my game.
Yes, that is it in the middle there.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
Yeah, it is. So, intimate alien, we have a couple of questions today. One for me. Um, I would like to know where your take on this, where we as humans, when we're working on something or doing something like, let's say, putting on makeup, but our mind is somewhere else, working on something else. Where are we when we're not when we're not fully engaged with what we're doing here? We seem to be somewhere.
Yes, we love that question very much because you are acknowledging that your point of focus is where you are, right? Yes, that is what brings you here into your body in the first place, right? Because you are a giant non-physical being. Yes, and you choose to have your point of focus right here, and you are saying that you can feel the difference when you change that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you feel how when you change your point of focus, you really change where you are.
Right.
Yes. We will not even get into the conversation of when you change your point of focus, you create from whatever you are focusing on, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Well, where do you go? Where do you go, right? You are floating. You are not really focusing yourself into any one particular place at all. You can feel that. You are dissipated. You are not focused on one thing. You
Right.
are merged with the general non-physical energy around you, right? Energy is all around you. There is a mass, what do you call it? Collective unconscious. Is that what you say?
Yes.
You
Yes.
become that. You are just that. You are dissipated.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's go into that. The creative part. Um, so in my thinking, that is a part of where I create from. That is where I create from. And having that level of awareness that I have an awareness here, a focus here, and I can be non-focused, and I can also be um, non-focused, but focused in different, creating different things all at the same time. And
Yes, and you know the unifying factor of what it is you are creating is based on the vibration that you are holding. So you can be unfocused, but in a high vibration.
Right.
But when you are unfocused, there's less momentum, right? There's less momentum when you are unfocused than when you are very focused. That brings about faster momentum.
Okay, so let's stop there. So when I'm unfocused, I am, it's sort of like I'm looking around for deciding between things, what I want to create.
Well, that is different. That is a different place than an allowing creative place. When
Okay.
you are deciding, you are thinking.
Oh,
You
right.
are not allowing.
What the state I'm trying to describe is that state where all possibilities are there, and I'm letting things come together. And then
Yes, well,
when
let
I
us just say for those people who are listening that are not as subtly aligned as you, the word deciding to most people has an active part of it, right? And you are not talking
yeah,
about being active, you are talking about being passive observer, right?
yeah,
So
right,
yes, there is a difference. So if you are watching this conversation, know that she is not talking about deciding what beverage to have or where to move herself. She is looking at the options with openness.
Right. That's right. Yeah. And so then when I take an option and I focus it here, then it creates very rapidly because I have the clarity.
No,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily because you have the clarity, it's because you have the allowing.
Yes.
The clarity, yes, does enhance momentum.
Yeah.
It does, but it appears before you because of your allowing, because of your vibrational match to it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
In my human body, I need the clarity so that I recognize that process. That's how it seems to me. The process that I did choose that and I allowed it. I don't have the right words.
Yes, and do you know why? You do not have the right words because it is so much even more simple than you say.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
so much more simple because when you are living your life, you are observing from that place and you are deciding and you are creating.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do that without any clarity at all that is on a conscious level. And as long as you are in an allowing place that is in a high vibration, those things will show up for you. And you could say, wow, I did not see this coming because I do not remember asking for this, but you have. It was just on a more subtle level. But since you are subtle, you are that, you are aware and conscious, you are just seeing that you become clear and then you allow it. You do not need that, but it is how you work because you can see it and you can allow it. But for people who have more resistance than you, they might get in their own way by trying to be too specific about it, because then it will trigger their own doubts.
Yes, thank you. I was actually brought that up in one of my groups, was that for me, for many people teach that to be very specific in our goals. But for me, it works better when I'm a little looser.
Yes, for most people, yes.
Yeah. Where was I going to go with this? Okay, so generally speaking, we're talking about good things, what we would term good things happening, creating goodness in our life.
Well, anything that comes from alignment, yes.
Yes. Okay. So there's going to be some people watching who are thinking, well, where is all the things that we consider bad happening from?
Yes, that is happening from a lack of alignment.
Okay, so that's a different thing. That's not being created from the same place.
Well, that is why we are speaking of where your vibration is when you are in that observing state.
Mm-hmm.
Where is your vibration at? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling tapped into yourself? Are you feeling confident? Are you feeling at least neutral? Are you feeling neutral or better? Are you feeling satisfied? Are you feeling like the world is a good place? Are you feeling like things are working out for you? While you observe or allow or whatever it is you do in that state, you will create more of that. But if you are always looking at the negative, then you will create more negative.
Okay, awesome. Now we have a question from one of our followers, and she wants to know: do you believe in God?
Well, yes, of course I do, because we are all part of that. That is what we all are. As you would say on your world, there is a God, and it is, there are many of you on your world who try to separate the personality from God, and also who think God is one being, right? There are many ways to interpret this word you have. And it is all true. It is all true. All of it is true. All of it is true. It's all true. You create God. You are God. God is personable. God is not personable. God is whatever you perceive it to be. But yes, there is a universal consciousness that is creating all of us, and we are creating all of it. And so, yes, if you would ask me that question, I would say yes.
Nice. Okay. Thank you, Intimate Alien.
Yes, this was fun.
I don't have any other questions, but if you have something else you'd like to expound on, I'm all ears.
Let us see. Well, there is one thing that that Miss Kitty wanted to know. I believe I can see it here. She knows she's from a different place, and she says, can our guides clear the blocks to our connection to these other parts of ourselves? Right? We see you nodding and understanding here, and that is that you do not need anything else to clear anything for you. You are a whole, complete divine being with complete access to whatever it is you want. But, like we were saying earlier, you need to be able to allow it, allow that information, allow that connection to be made known. And that is sometimes a slower process because you are overcoming some resistance. That is nothing that a guide can clear for you or anyone else. There are, of course, on your world, those who call themselves healers, but all they're doing is becoming, they're like a focal point for you to allow. You still are the one doing the allowing. And so if you choose, if you are inspired to work with another to help you with this, that is okay. If you are inspired to ask a guide of yours for help with this, that is okay. But just know that nothing happens without you doing the allowing. And being curious about this is the best way to go. What do you want to know? Allow yourself to be guided to the information. Allow yourself to wonder about dreams and connections you already have, and just let it unfold in your own time. And it will, as long as you are a little bit focused on it.
I like that. Being curious. To me, that's really the place for humans to start. And we are as children, of course. We're very curious. But then we get sidetracked from that or narrowed in from that. And it seems like we get more veils and our vision becomes smaller. Instead of having that wide-eyed curiosity that we have as children, where we can see everything and we can wonder and make connections that we maybe wouldn't make later on in life between things.
Yes, but we see your eyes are very wide now.
Yeah.
So you have reclaimed that, we see.
Yeah, and it's interesting, if I could share. I had been wondering for some time why, when I was driving, I didn't have the same awareness I did as a younger person, where I knew everything that was behind me and beside me and in front of me. But suddenly, it seemed sudden to me that I could just see what was in front of me, the vehicles in front of me and the road in front of me. And I had to make a conscious decision to look in my rearview mirror and to become aware of what was behind me. And then when I realized that, and I finally realized that's because I was squinting, like I was focusing. That's where my focus was. I wasn't allowing the rest to come in. And so now driving again is a wonderful experience where I'm aware of everything.
We love that, yes. And the physical apparatus changes with your insides.
Yes.
You were literally closing off your vision.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think it's a nice analogy for what we've been talking about, of allowing.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Intimate Alien.
Thank you.
Always.
We were so happy to see you.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you again, too. And I think I'll see you again pretty soon, in a couple days.
Yes, we love it. We will see you then.
Alrighty, thank you. Please, everybody, like and share and ask questions. Intimate Alien, of course, is here to help you and answer all your questions and make things more clear for you and easier for you.